And now, it being near the end of the night, I would like to recite one of my own poems and one poem by a poet who has inspired me. I'll recite my own poem first. As many people here know, I usually recite poems about funny animals, but tonight I decided to do something a bit different, to recite a poem about an imaginary boy, or a mythological boy anyway. And this is a poem about a boy written from his point of view, and it's called Rowland's Song. I've been contemplating all the things they warn me not to contemplate, like sinking ships and poison rings and whether to betray my hate. I've gone wandering down rain and mist-slicked streets on bruised evenings, past closing pubs where drunkards bounce in comic opera blurs. I've sat down hard and sulked on damp street corners. I've heard the silver church bells tolling out with dull gray lies. I've felt a tail sprouting out behind me, all twitching with its dark and dirty tricks. I've felt these evil urges rise like black bile in my throat, and I have felt myself becoming sick. I've squealed like an eel on a quest for an eel's euphoria. I've declared myself the master of my soul. I've declared myself the Duke of Earl. I've cried for restoration and for holy fire, and I've cried for to stick pins into the gospel. I've cried for some sweet white-winged Cupid to come pinning roses on me. I've cried for love, for sweet black milk, for dreams. I've cried in vain. I've sat feeling frayed and grey in some workingman's cafe. I've heard the TV sports announcers shouting out some pointless score. Rusby, Reed, rip it up, Phil, scorpions are a bad sign. I've thought, for me to speak the truth of what I feel would be beyond the comprehension of an eel. And I've cursed Cupid. I've cursed eels and their squealing euphorias. I've squandered reels of tape recording curses. I've heard, or thought I've heard, a few true, sweet, and silver notes come sliding out those lying, dull gray church bells. And I've come spiraling down again into some cold stone wigwam with its vicious walls. My mornings are never velvet, and I never will get straight. I've been contemplating all of the things they've warned me not to contemplate. Thank you very much. Well, as most people know, I usually write poems about funny animals, and so I thought I'd recite a poem by somebody who taught me a little bit about how to write poems about funny animals, or gave me some ideas for doing so. This is a poem by Ted Hughes, and it's called The Adaptable Mountain Dugong. The mountain dugong is a simply fantastic animal. He lives mainly in extinct volcanoes, uttering his lonely call, which nobody answers because he is the sole mountain dugong. There are no others at all. He keeps alive by a number of surprising tricks. He looks like a table, just as stick insects look like sticks. So nobody interferes. They think he is an old table dumped there by passing hicks. But lo, what is under that most common-looking table? Spare heads and legs, in great assortment, all very much alive and able. The mountain dugong is his own Noah's Ark, and he will not be stuck with any one label. For instance, here come a pack of wild dogs, each with a mouth like a refuse bin. They have smelt the mountain dugong's peculiar fried fish smell and want to get their teeth in, because wild dogs need to devour all living things in all directions, and for them this is no sin. But the mountain dugong is already prepared. The wild dogs cannot shock it. He unscrews his table legs and screws in greyhound legs in each socket, and is off over the crater begin to wear him down. They track him in a circle, they gather in a ring. But all this time, the mountain dugong has not been malingering. He has screwed onto himself the headpiece of a tiger, and in no time at all, those wild dogs are a pile of chewed string. And this is how the adaptable mountain dugong carries on without loss. He will screw on reindeer feet and head where there is nothing but Arctic moss. Where there is nothing but sand, the legs and hump of a camel carry him across. And he is forced to do this because there will never be another of his sort. He has to keep himself in circulation by means no sane traveler would report. I record his habits here in case he should never again be seen or caught. Thank you.